What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sorare video. As you can see, we have got rewards this week. Let's jump over to Sorare data and we can go through the teams quickly. My results. Pretty good week, probably my best week on Sorare yet. Since the start of the Road to Glory. We'll set these as best current rank. Go to the bottom first. So first of all, we've got the La Liga amateur team. Pretty bad, this team's not been doing great recently. Bit of a shock result there for Atletico, and the two midfielders just aren't performing to the level we need them. And Barcelona conceded 2. Similar with Serie A, Cavaradona hasn't started a few games in the last few weeks and he hasn't been scoring anyway. Milan with an upset loss. Pretty good score from Hernandez to say they lost 2-0. Hoyland didn't start and Provedel conceded 2. Bundesliga started really well. I had these 3 basically 100 scores. Then Gvardiol didn't start and they conceded. So it was a promising start but nothing from that. Moving on to La Liga, I had these guys playing against each other, my attacking stack and defensive stack, so I didn't expect anything. But actually it was about as good as it could get to say my attackers were playing against my defenders. Like, these are pretty decent scores all around. 408 is actually one of the better scores I've ever had in Sorare, so... But it was really high this week anyway. What have we got here? MLS, I was quite disappointed with the MLS and you'll see why. Hector Herrera's got himself a red card once again. And do you know what I think I've actually done? I'm going to check. I think I might have started him in my midweek team. But yeah, he got a red card. Carlos Hill finally got himself a goal and Boanga got 2 decisives, so that was pretty good. First reward, we hit the threshold, finally, back in the threshold. Malia gave away a penalty and then saved it straight away. And he got himself a clean sheet finally. Camacho with a great score once again. These conceded really late on and he had a bad AA game anyway. And Pablo Ruiz just did okay. I didn't start Herrera, that's good. So it's pretty good. I actually had Yimi Chara and Westwood, who I could have started. Both got decisive. We'd have had an extra 80 points. Where would that put us? An extra 80. They've actually had us in a tier 3 limited. So that would have been really good. But hopefully with the extra stuff, the extra ETH that we've got this week, we can build that team up to win some rewards. MLS Semi-Pro, this is why I was so annoyed with Hector Herrera, because he lost himself 20 points and obviously some AA as well. And we was quite close to a reward. I'm pretty sure we were actually closer than this. New York conceded in the 75th minute. They just seem to concede late on every single game at the minute. So there's that. But it was pretty close in MLS and Pro, so happy with that. So close in this too. Trent had such a bad AA game. Apart from, if he didn't have the clean sheet, he'd actually had negative. It was terrible. 33 times he lost possession and he lost 7 duels. I've seen people saying he's been so good in midfield. And I think his passing range is absolutely amazing, but his tackling and just defensive ability is so poor, and he was so like lackadaisical in possession. He just didn't really care. Salah 3 assists. Let's close that. Salah got 3 assists. One of them was pretty lucky. He just basically tapped the ball so Trent could smash it in, and that was really good for us, as you can see here, because it pushed us into a reward. If I didn't captain Trent and captained probably anyone else, could have maybe got into tier 3. So we'd lose 30, 35 on him, gain 50. We'd still be at tier 2, sorry. We'd still just be outside of a tier 2, so it didn't really matter in the end. But bit of a better AA game from Trent, and you know, we could have been really high up here. How close were we? We're 31 points off a tier 1. Let's close that. Don't even know what... Yeah, someone must have had Alisson, and I don't know what defender scored 100 this week, but apart from that, it was almost a perfect team. So we're going to jump over to Sorare and get these rewards. I'm recording this late because I've been at work all day, and I was just going to record it tomorrow, but I wanted to see who we are going to get. Some nice coins. I imagine we got a lot this week because some pretty good scores. 640, that's not bad. It's probably one of the higher amounts we get. Let's claim the Cat 240 ETH. This is good. I might try and get a new goalkeeper in. I think Tim Lee is going to be out for 3 weeks. So that kind of, well, that is bad for us. Of course, we don't have another goalkeeper, but I can't really afford to bring another in unless I trade in Timalia, use the ETH from this threshold and this reward probably. Let's see what we get. 452 points, my highest ever score. Spanish defender, Spurs. That's Pedro Porro. He's under 23. And as I mentioned in, could have been my last video, I do want to start building an under 23 team, I think, for the Premier League. So if he scores well, I don't know how good this is. 729 for a tier 3. I'm just going to check some things. My last tier 3 I got was from a similar position. I got Pablo Ruiz. I suppose it's not that much less. Let's go back to Pedro Porro. I suppose it's more about his scores. Let's see how he does. L15 of 42, so that's low for Cat 240. Yeah, so he's got a peak in him. He was at Sporting, wasn't he? So his scores are a bit skewed from when he was there. Hasn't really hit the same kind of heights at Spurs. He's actually struggled a lot since coming to Spurs. Oh, that's a 6-1 loss, that's why. But even here, negative decisive, I guess, yeah. Negative decisive for Spain. Yeah, I suppose he's not a terrible card. Don't think his scores are really what I'm after. So I'll probably look to move him on. I might keep him for Brentford and Leeds. Could be someone that we play in Premier League semi-pro instead of Madueke. Because Chelsea got some pretty tough fixtures, but we want Madueke for next season. But could come in handy for next season. But this is the man, started that wrong, that I want instead of him. So it kind of puts us in a position where we're pretty close to buying him if we sell Pedro Porro. Chelsea got 3 games left as well. It's just so good. Yeah, so Pedro Porro is not terrible. Not great also, but I guess we take it. Let's come back to here. I'll quickly show my midweek team. So I brought in Mukhtar for Herrera because as you saw he got a red card. Let's show this team. I suppose this is the important lineup because we want to try and hit that threshold. Timalia is injured. It's a terrible fixture anyway. I couldn't imagine he would keep a clean sheet. Just means we're going to need crazy scores from everyone else. But the fixtures are pretty nice. Nashville against Inter Miami at home. I think they get a clean sheet there. Pablo Ruiz can just score a 60 plus against anyone. Sapong's got a decent game because New York have been struggling this year. And Montreal have found form again, but I think Cincinnati at home do get a result there. So there's that. I just thought we've actually got 3 pretty good under 23 cards now, a defender, a midfielder and a forward with Pedro Porro, Pablo Ruiz and Madueke. But anyway, let's quickly jump into lineup builders for the weekend. Is this on the weekend? Yeah. So these aren't the cards I have anymore. I think I've changed them. Martinez got a tough fixture, but he has to go in now. Of course, I made some changes. Trent goes in. Also, it's a bit of a clash, but it is what it is. Obviously Odegaard, I've just brought Odegaard in, and then we take Salah, and I think probably take Wilson over Eze just because of the fixture, and I would probably be captaining Odegaard, but I'm not going to save that because it'll mess up my Premier League semi-pro. So we've got a choice now. I'm just going to put the core of the team in because these guys see Martinez, but then I'm playing Salah. I've got to do it. Martinez makes quite a lot of saves anyway, so there's that. But then I've got, I guess if I'm keeping Pedro Porro for now, I just put him in here. Seems a better pick than Noni against Man City. So I suppose he gets the week. But I do actually have too many cards now, so I'll have 11. So I'll have to get rid of someone. And that could just be Pedro Porro. Hopefully Malia's back. I don't think that fixture is as bad as the ratings make out. I suppose it's away actually. I was going to say St. Louis haven't been great away, but they've been pretty good at home. Is that gonna? Doesn't want to show me. So he's got a hip flexor injury. I'm guessing I'm going to complete this. See what this gives me. He's going to be out for about 1 to 3 weeks, I think. It didn't seem like a bad hip flexor injury to me. He played on through it for a little bit, so I think he's going to be okay. Against New York at home. Yeah, screw it, we'll go Camacho. Pablo Ruiz. God. Everyone's got pretty good fixtures actually. Pablo Ruiz goes in. Nimichar, or if I can afford to fit him in with Moreno, I can't. Right, so I think Nimichar comes out. Or do we play Ashley Westwood? Oh, nah, that doesn't work anyway. Right, I'm going to take Nimichar out, doesn't fit either. So Spawn goes in there. I think that's basically what they built for me. Feels bad leaving Lovitz out, but Camacho's just performing so well and Lovitz isn't. I don't know whether Lovitz could be someone that I sell because we've got quite a bit of the budget tied up in him. So I might move him and Pedro Porro on and free up like probably $16. And then if we got rid of Tim Malia, we could definitely bring in another goalkeeper. What else have I even got to build this week? MLS semi-pro. I'm not going to build any of the amateur lineups this week because I haven't really been paying that much attention to them, to be honest. Got to go in, hasn't he? I haven't really been paying too much attention. I can't stack my defence against my midfielder. Who's my other goalkeeper? Must not have a game now. Why does that come up? So, what the? Mukhtar goes in there. Buanga goes in, obviously. Has to go in, doesn't he? See, the thing is, like, I could actually definitely get away with this because Hill's been dropping 60s without... Wait, this is semi-pro, so I don't know how to play Hill. But you just do play him, don't you? I suppose I can take him out to remove the risk of like doubling down on a defensive stack against such a strong team, and I can play Lovitz in here. Yes. So that's going to be the teams. Pretty sure. I like the Westwood pick, but I suppose we'll get ourselves a few Nashville picks in here. Don't like that they're playing against each other, but what I was saying is Carlos Hill's been dropping 60s and not scoring, apart from last week. He got the 100 because he did get the goal, but probably for the last 3 weeks before that he'd been dropping 60s and not scoring. So hopefully he drops a 60 or 70. No goal. Blake keeps a clean sheet. And Nashville smash Charlotte. But anyway, I think that's everything Let me know what you guys got as your rewards this week, and whether you think Pedro Porro was a good or bad reward for a tier 3. I think we finished about middle of tier 3, so that's what that was. Let me know if you guys think that was a good or bad reward. Like, subscribe, and make sure you go check out the other video that's going to pop up, and I'll see you guys next time.